Hi, thank you for joining us. We're glad you could make it. My name is Michelle. I'm the program coordinator for America's SBDC at WT. And we all know someone who was affected by COVID-19, some more than others. There are a lot of people who lost their jobs because restaurants, theaters, other places like that shut down completely. Some reopened, but not all. So we've got an amazing opportunity that we're bringing to you through Texas Workforce Solutions Panhandle. And they are going to talk about possible way for you to get free childcare for an entire year. And then we've got another opportunity for the youth program. So Frances Garcia, she is the program manager for childcare. So Frances, do you want to tell us a little bit about what's going on, or do you want to go right into the questions?
Sure. Well, as you've stated, and first, thank you for inviting us to share in what's going on in our program, because we do have some great opportunities for our families. This being one of them, the SIR, Service Industry Recovery. This is something that the Workforce Commission has realized that the effects that COVID has made for these industries. And so they approved funding for us to be able to help these families in need.
That's fantastic. So what is SIR or SIR?
Yes, and that's what we call SIR. So SIR is like I said, it's Texas Workforce Commission approved funding designed to support the child care programs and to help low-wage workers in the certain TWC specified service industries. And then they named it the Service Industry Recovery Child Care.
Okay, so which employees are eligible for SIR?
Any employee that works in the arts, entertainment, and recreation, that would cover gyms, movie theaters, or bowling alleys. An employee that works in hotels, restaurants, caterers, a bar, any kind of accommodations or food services. And then there is retail, such as gas stations, supermarkets, and clothing stores. And all of these service industries are specific to the ones that TWC feels like these were hard hit. These were hit hardest, and they're having a hard time finding employees to go back, so we want to be able to support this.
Okay, so is this funding available through the state?
Yes, it is a statewide funding. It is offered throughout the entire state. We are one of 28 boards that receive funding for this project, and we cover the area of the top 26 counties of the Panhandle. So if someone is listening and they are in Lubbock, for example, they would need to contact their local workforce center.
Okay, perfect. So will employers be required to sign anything?
Yes and no.
Okay.
So the requirement for the SIR funding is that the employee has to submit proof that they are working in a service industry. So that would be their check stub. So if their check stub says Wendy's, it's good, we're ready to go, and we can follow through. But in a lot of cases, the customer just started their employment. So that's when an employer would either need to write something on company letterhead with the start date, how much the employee is going to get paid, the hours they will be working, or they can complete one of our pay history forms, which is available in the parents portal.
Okay. So what about an employer that does not fall under these industries? Is there another application for at-risk families?
There is another application for these at-risk families. However, at this time, we do have a wait list. The wait list. So we really strongly suggest our families to put their name on the wait list. And it's an easy process. They would go to our website, wspanhandle.com, and hover over the child care at the top of the page. and there's a drop-down menu, and they would go to apply for the wait list from there. And
Okay.
it's just a simple application. They'll put them on the wait list.
Okay. So how long have you had the wait list? And how long is the wait list?
Our wait list was implemented in August of last year, but in October we received our new funding, and so we've been pulling names off of the wait list since then. So currently our last outreach was the families that have been on the wait list from December the 16th through the 31st. So we are slowly trying to clear it out, and hopefully we'll be able to open it up soon and let our families just go to our website and apply from there.
Okay. So is there an income eligibility threshold for Cert customers?
There is. For the Cert customers, the maximum monthly income for a household is at 75% SMI. That's the state's median income. So, for example, a household of two, their maximum monthly income could only be at or below $3,629.
Okay. So do both parents have to be working in the service industry or just one?
Well, for a two-parent household, only one parent can be working as long as they can provide proof that they're working and they need childcare in order to work.
Okay. So how would a parent apply for Cert?
So we have our handy dandy flyer here, and I'll bring that up right quick. And let's see here, where is the flyer? Okay, so in our flyer, you see the QR code. So if anybody wants to take a picture of that, actually, they could use it and pass that on from there, or you can point your camera to that, and it will take you to our website. It actually takes you right to the application, and they can begin completing it.
Perfect. So that's very simple.
Yes, it's very simple.
So what types of documents will the parent have to submit with their application?
So for this Cert application, TWC has made it very, very simple for parents to apply. The only thing we need is, like I stated earlier, is the copy of a check stub, their most recent check stub. It can't be something from a month ago because we need to make sure that they're currently employed. The check stub and a birth certificate for each child that needs assistance. Okay. And those are the only two items that we need. The parents will self-attest to their income. They'll self-attest to ensure that they do need childcare to work, that they're working the required hours, at least 25 hours for a single parent, 50 hours for a two-parent household, and that they reside in our service delivery area.
Perfect. So sounds like we covered all of that. Let's see. So will the parents have a copay?
No, that's what's so wonderful. TWC did fund us enough to help each family have childcare, and it's free. We are going to pay 100% of it. So I just think that this is a great opportunity, and they have services for 1 year. And we cannot guarantee that this is going to be able to roll over into our at-risk program. At the time when their year is up, it's going to be based on whether or not we will have the funding to be able to do that.
Right. Okay. So how long does the enrollment process take?
Once we receive everything, the complete application, the check stub, and birth certificates, we have up to 20 days to complete the application. This is to determine their eligibility, which it's just very simple. So it really doesn't take long. They determine the eligibility. We send the parent a notification of their eligibility through their secure portal. Then they contact us with the name of the provider that they have chosen, the start date, the type of care that they would like to have, and the name of the provider, and then we can get started. But the parent has 14 days to respond to that letter. So
Okay.
it's up in their hands after they get that letter
Right.
to notify us as soon as possible so we can get care initiated.
Okay, so what happens when their year is up? You said that you may not have funding available.
Right. When their year is up, if we have funding, we will send them a letter to let them know that, hey, we have funding, your year is coming to an end. Would you like to roll over into our at-risk program? And we will also include an application for the at-risk so that they have the opportunity to do that.
Okay. Do you do that about a month out to give them time to complete that application process?
Yes. We're going to try to get that out at least 45 days in advance. We really try to notify them early because that next application process is there are a little bit more requirements to that. Okay. And more documents that need to be submitted.
Not just that simple QR code.
Not that simple QR. We will have a QR code, but it's going to ask for, proof of address and a lot more participation hours.
Okay. So what if a parent is working part-time in an identified service industry and part-time in another industry or attending school or training?
Parents are eligible if they're working part-time, as long as they're working in one of these specified service industry programs. Okay. And they're welcome to apply. Okay.
So how long will Cert childcare applications be accepted?
So the funding is for 12 full months of eligibility. And all of this has to be expended by March 31st of 2023.
Okay.
So our last enrollment will be March the 10th. That's when, well, not our last enrollment, but that's when we'll last accept an application on March the 10th.
Okay, perfect. I think we covered everything. Is there anything else you can think of that we need to touch on? Is there a specific type of childcare that these parents have to use, or can it be where their children already attend?
They get to choose whichever provider they would like. And we do have a provider list and a map on our website, and they can feel free to use it. The map shows the locations. It lets them know if it's a Texas Rising Star Quality Center. It lets them know the hours, the operations, ages of the children that they accept. So it's a good place to start if they don't have a provider.
That's perfect. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Frances.
Well, you're welcome.
Next up, we've got Jennifer Galloway. She is the program manager for WIOA Youth. Did I get that right?
You did.
You want to tell us a little bit about your program?
Sure. So like you said, it's the WIOA program. It's the Workforce Investment and Opportunity Act. I'm with the youth program. So our program serves young adults ages 18 to 24 years old. The Panhandle, of course, serves the top 26 counties of Texas, but this program is available statewide. So if you're not in the top 26 counties, you can contact your local Workforce Solutions office and they can give you specific information for your area. So a couple of things that we do is we provide training opportunities to these young adults, things like tuition, books, things like that for college classes or trade school. But our biggest push right now is paid internships. The majority of our funding is for paid internships. So basically what we do, someone within that age range that is eligible for our program would be matched with an employer, and they could work up to 40 hours per week. Workforce Solutions does pay all their wages and their workers' compensation for up to 8 weeks. This really allows those young adults to gain some real world work experience. Some of them have never had a job, or, they've only worked, maybe in fast food, and now they've finished, say, welding training or CNA classes or something like that. So this gives us the opportunity to provide them with a work site to kind of get a foot in the door or just to get the first job. They also get mentorship and some guidance from us as well as the employers. We really try to work with the employers to make sure that it's a quality placement, that it's a good match for us, it's a good match for the customer and for the employers. So not only does the employer get to basically try these people out for free for 8 weeks, but they also have the opportunity to train them how they want them to do the job. They're not taking someone from somewhere else and having to try to fix their bad habits or something like that, you know. It also gives them a chance to discover new talent that they might not otherwise have taken a chance on, because we're holding the financial burden for those first couple of months. They're not technically their employee, so they don't have to worry about unemployment insurance or anything like that. And at the end of the internship, they can choose to hire them on as an employee of the company if they choose to.
That sounds amazing. Well, so what steps can an employer take or to take advantage of this internship program?
So if they have some young people coming in to apply for employment with them, they can ask us, ask them to apply for the internship through the WIOA program. One of the things that we do like to make sure that employers know is that we don't have a huge pool of these applicants right now. So if somebody does come in and they're within that age range, or they think they might be, they can ask them to go ahead and apply for our program. And then we would just ask that they contact us at 806-345-1339. And I'll send that over to you to share with all the employers, just so they can let us know that they've sent a specific person over, so we can watch for that. Send over the paperwork to them to review the terms and all that good stuff. And we can make sure that we're matching that applicant up to the right employer.
Okay. So how can someone apply to be an intern?
So they can apply online at our website. It's the same that Francis said, wspanhandle.com. They can do an online application there. We also have someone available for anybody that comes into our center that's looking for this opportunity. So they can just come by the office at 3120 Eddy Street here in Amarillo, or they can email us at youth@wspanhandle.com, and we can walk them through the steps at that point.
Okay, that sounds easy, which is good.
Yeah.
If you're in the market for your first job. Well, ladies, that sounds incredible. This is a great opportunity. Is there anything else that you can think of that we didn't touch on that would help anybody?
I don't think so. One of the things that I will program also is if someone is required to have specific items like steel-toed boots or, you know, some tools or anything like that to start their internship, we can supply those as well. Okay. So if there's any kind of barrier like that, we can help with that.
Okay. Yeah, especially in a trade that does play. Okay. And do they need to fill out a different application for that? Or is that just something you would discuss once they're in your office?
They would just fill that application out just like anybody else. And then we actually meet with them one-on-one to make sure, you know, that they have everything that they need. If they need gasoline assistance to get there for the first couple of weeks, or, you know, we make those decisions one-on-one with them.
Awesome. Okay. Well, I want to thank you both for speaking with me and doing this webinar. And we will post this online so that people can view it if they weren't able to attend this morning. And I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Y'all have a great day.